My name is Mark Fratto, and I'm the voice of the Washington Commanders at FedEx Field. You're listening to the Command This podcast with Steve, Dev, and Phil.
Ayo, ayo, ayo. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. We are live on the
Good evening. Good
tonight,
evening. Good evening.
The 8th of January. Let me pour my going some out.
9 days. We are 9 days from the first holiday of the year.
That's correct. Yeah, federal holiday. I have next Monday off. I'm taking my kids to the dentist and
I'm even referring to that.
Whatever else.
We're 9 days for the first important holiday of the year. It's my birthday.
Happy early birthday to you, my friend.
Yeah, my God, it's already been a year since that debacle last year that you attended.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that'll be a story for another podcast. But anyway,
story for the ages. Good times. Oh man,
good times.
Here we are, Black Monday. It's Black Monday. It is the day when all the NFL coaches, if they're going to get terminated, get fired. And it looks like it's happened to our beloved Ron Rivera, among other coaches in the league.
We hardly knew ye. Actually, that's bullshit. Yeah. We knew ye. I thank you for taking on the unenviable task of the post-Alan Gruden regime, the end of the Snyder era, all that nonsense, and then fighting cancer on top of it. Had you maybe just focused on football for the first, 2-3 years, maybe things would have been different. Who knows? But alas,
you're going right into business, man. Intro music's still on. Phil's just jumping right in. He's just
because let's face it, who the hell wants to talk about the last game of the season?
Can we get
I'm basically giving a eulogy right now. We hardly knew ye, but we knew ye.
What's up?
I'm already like I'm in such a all right, time to move on mood. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a show without my football. What's up, Ryan? Said, what's up, boys? Edwards going off for Michigan, man. Yes. Washington better.
Michigan. Okay, Edwards has 2 carries, 2 touchdowns, 41 and 46-yard touchdown runs.
Oh man! All right, let's kill the intro music.
Look who's looking to join us.
Look who decided to show up. Hello, Mr.
No wonder he's up in outer space. That's why his ass wasn't here.
Of course.
He's on a delay.
Where else would he be? He is not.
He's not even plugged in
yet.
Hey, Ed.
What's up, Dev? Hopefully you can hear us soon.
Yeah, I got you, man. Some weird shit.
Yeah, your mic is uber loud and sensitive.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, you're coming in louder than you have in months.
I've never even changed anything.
Could be on your laptop and not your microphone.
No, it actually works.
Tia, what's up, Tia? Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. As always.
Ryan was trying to shoot you some bail here. Said the man had a jade to burn before. He burns them on the podcast.
Is that better?
A little bit.
You're fine.
I was definitely on the laptop. I didn't know that.
Oh, yep. I can tell, man. I got an ear for these things. Welcome to the show, Dev. This is episode 248 for us. We're calling this one Black Friday.
Man, how come y'all ain't just call a nigga that
I was waiting for it. Say it.
Monday.
Black Monday.
Nigga Tuesday, man.
Yeah, Paul Mooney. Remember that Paul Mooney skit?
No, that was
Wasn't it Paul Mooney? Chappelle Show?
I can remember make a porn when they were working at Madison, work on Black Friday.
I want to get a
you
TV
think you
flat
got
screen on
probably
Friday.
make me put clothes on my little baby backs.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Say
right.
I'm a star.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Jay,
Game
come in.
recap. Game
Commander
recap.
Nash.
It was close. It was close for about 20 minutes of game time.
Hey, Jay, Commander Nash, big super fan. I know you were at the game, last game of the season finale. Real quick, tell us in the chat, man, how the vibe was. I know, give us a percentage of Cowboys to Commanders fans, because I know it's usually bad, but I'm sure it was probably excessively bad given the circumstances. But yeah, let us know what the percentage and the vibe was at FedEx Field for the final game of the season, man. I'd love to hear that.
Over under 75% Dallas fans.
I say 70-30. I don't know what he's going to say, but I'm going to say 70-30.
It was something like that.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You could hear it on TV.
When he was like, dude, it was a sea of blue. I was like, it always is, but I know this one was probably particularly bad.
Sad.
Yeah. I mean, it was 38-10. The game started out pretty decent. We were actually winning at one point. And then after that, it just all went downhill from there.
It did. Speaking of things like that, Mr. Titan, what's up? Hope you had a good New Year's as well, Mr. Titan.
Yes. Your team pulled off a win versus the Jags, which I watched the whole game.
You guys ruined Jacksonville's season. And I'm sure
my parlay. Damn it.
I'm sure that after last year, ruining Jacksonville's season, even though y'all didn't go to the playoffs this year, it just felt a little bit of a vindication. So, the Dixie Titans play us in Washington next year. You might make a trip over there. Let us know if you do. I haven't even looked at the schedule for next year, the proposed opponents for next year. But if we do play y'all up here in Washington, let us know. We'll make it a joint venture for sure.
We could have perhaps witnessed Derrick Henry's final game as a Titan, which is crazy.
That is insane.
I'll take it.
I would take him too if Eric Van Ree's not the offensive coordinator. That would be a giant paperweight on the team in that offense.
Derrick Henry 8 carries a game with us if Eric Van Ree's the coordinator.
8 carries, 5 receptions. What?
Rivers Reese coming in the chat. What's up, fellas? What's up, Rivers?
That's a 2022 offense or 24 offense right there. 40 runs.
Yeah.
40 passes, 10 runs.
Titan says that it was his last game. He is going to free agency, supposedly.
Who?
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Ryan Elias says, hope y'all talk about Cosme's comments today. I got some thoughts on that.
Yeah. So that's the game. We're not going to dwell too much on the game. Started off okay.
What did I miss?
I mean,
what's up, Marcus?
38-10. We had some hopes, but of course, many people, I know Phil was not one of them. I was one of them. Kind of, when we started, it was 10-7. I was like, whoa, what are y'all doing? Slow down here.
Slow down, Tito.
Phil's cheering in the group chat in the Facebook thread for every.
I will take screwing up our draft pick to beat Dallas.
Phil, and I understand it, and that's why I appreciate you, because
I won't.
I do not have the wherewithal to do that, so I appreciate you doing that. I missed out on $775. You know that? Because of Brian Robinson and Eric Bieniemy. I had CeeDee Lamb receptions over 7.5 hit. Tony Pollard anytime touchdown hit. Brian Robinson anytime touchdown hit. CeeDee Lamb over 94 yards hit. All I needed was Brian Robinson to get 39 yards rushing. 39. You know what he had? 25.
Shit, that's better than me. I missed out on a $2,000 payout because Cooks missed it by 1 yard. He had 39 yards receiving. He needed 40. That's all I need is one more fucking yard.
Wow.
Cooks. So, I thought I sent that to y'all. Copied and pasted it to y'all. I'll show y'all later. Yeah. I missed a $2,600 payout on parlay just because Cooks didn't get 40 yards.
That's crazy. Mr. Titan says, I talked to Derrick Henry's family. They were on my flight and he wants to go to Dallas. Oh man, don't say that.
No.
Tony Pollard and Derrick Henry teaming up together. Oh, dude.
That's about my reaction right there. Mr. Titan just
What?
No. I love Derrick Henry, but I do not want him in Dallas. I don't want him anywhere in the NFC East. I do not want to face him twice a year.
That's why I said, and we're going to talk about it sooner or later. That's why I said you better pick the best player available, man. You're going to continue to always have the worst player on the field. Or not the worst player on the field, but like the fourth or fifth best player on the field. Yeah. Every time till you start picking the best player. I guarantee Tennessee didn't need fucking Derrick Henry when they got him.
Probably not.
Right.
Probably not.
I guarantee
let's
Ravens didn't need a quarterback when they got him. When they got Lamar.
Yeah.
By the way, if Flacco wins the Super Bowl this year, man, is he in the Hall of Fame?
You asked this last time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Really? Is Eli Manning in then? Because he's very Eli Manning-ish. He's actually got better stats, probably.
He's better. Eli Manning is not a good quarterback.
But Eli Manning's getting in the Hall of Fame.
He should. Sure. He's getting on his
ballot.
name.
He's still getting in, though. You know, it's an argument if he should or not. But he's getting in first ballot.
Yeah. Yep. Flacco should not. Super Bowls don't make. Super Bowls should not determine whether
you win one in Browns and in Ravens, dog. You might get in, bro.
No, his stats. Both their stats are so mid. They're so almost the same amount of touchdowns as interceptions. Come on.
It will piss you out because Theismann ain't in. That's what will piss me off.
Theismann doesn't deserve to be in either.
He doesn't, but Theismann deserves to be in over Flacco. Agreed. Over Eli too, honestly.
Agreed. Theismann's got a league MVP award.
He got a league MVP, bro, and a Super Bowl, and probably would have reeled off one or two more of them. Probably two more of them. But
that has nothing to do with him should be.
I know, but there's worse quarterbacks in, man.
There is.
Greatest quarterbacks that don't deserve to be in there.
That's true. Let's go over the list of
receivers that ain't even be their team in receiving yards is in there.
Oh, I know, because the game was different back then too, so it's kind of hard to judge them.
I got an excellent case, by the way, as to why Gary Clark should be in. But anyway, we'll cover that on the offseason.
Real quick, just some of the coaches that have been fired on Black Monday this is Black Monday. Of course, Ron Rivera has been let go this morning. The Panthers fired their GM, Scott Fitterer. They're also looking for their coach. They fired Frank Wright earlier in the year. Arthur Smith was let go last night on Black Sunday.
He was let go before the day was done.
They didn't even finish. Did you guys see? So the Saints played the Falcons, right? We needed the Saints to win to help our draft position, and they beat them. They were up by a ton, okay? And the coach of the New Orleans Saints called victory formation, right? Called victory. Jameis Winston was in the game. You know what they did? They fake spiked the victory formation, scored a touchdown. And then after the game, Arthur Smith during the handshake says, "Man, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up." And then afterwards, Jameis Winston was like, "Yeah, we came together as a team and overrode the coach. We wanted that was a team touchdown." I was like, "What? I have never seen any of that in my life." If you haven't seen it, you got to go find it.
Yeah,
it was actually really funny. Really funny.
What's worse about that is I watched Shannon Sharp talk about it. He was talking about that, Jameis Winston should be cut. My feelings on it is the coach should be cut, bro. Because why the fuck would you volunteer that information out? Like, why would anybody know that happened? Why would anybody know? You should have been like, stop us from getting in the end zone or said sorry and kept it moving. You shouldn't throw your quarterback who's looking out for a teammate to get his incentives, by the way, is what happened.
But Winston threw himself under the bus.
He did. He's the
one who said that.
Took the heat
off.
I'm talking
about the coach did.
It looks bad for Dennis Allen that you have a team that will usurp your authority to go do whatever.
No, man, it makes it bad that you had a guy who only had to get a touchdown to get his incentives, and the quarterback made sure it happened. Is that what
happened?
Williams needed a touchdown to get his incentives. What's the name knew that, so he ran the ball. So what I'm saying is, you risk the chance of risking. Obviously, Jameis Winston, no matter how much he's on the bench, has the ear of the team, bro. Yeah. Obviously. So now you risk losing the ear of the team because today you should just swallow it and be like, all right, my bad, get us next year. I mean, in my opinion, you don't want us to score. You have 4 quarters to stop me from scoring, bro. Now you got 9 months to think about that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would have said if I were him. It took it off my quarterback and off my teammates, man.
If you believe in the football gods, that's not the kind of juju you want to put out there. Just saying.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it takes care of itself, though. That's what I'm saying. Why did you have to volunteer the information out? Why does Phil, Steve, and Sean know about that they did that? Why do we need to know that the team usurped them? You know what I'm saying?
You don't air that dirty laundry.
You don't air that out, man. That's a horrible thing to do. And like I said, what if Jameis got ear of the team, man, and now you don't lost your team because you ain't got their back.
It is dirty laundry. You don't need
super dirty laundry, bro. Super dirty laundry. You see how they try to get old dude his catch so he can get his $1 million incentive, Hopkins and all them shits, man. That's what they do. That's what teams do, man.
I get it. I totally get it. I ain't mad at him.
Let's talk.
What's a good teammate?
Let's talk some Black Monday here.
All right, so Arthur Smith's fired, Ron Rivera fired, Vrabel's on the hot seat, the Bears, Eberflus is on the hot seat, Bill Belichick is to be determined.
Eberflus is staying from the last thing I heard.
Okay, there you go. My information is a little bit dated, so
that was as of a couple days ago. That before this past week, they said that they're going to run with them for one more year.
Okay.
Belichick's ass might stay.
And if Vrabel gets canned by the Titans, they said he's interested in joining the Patriots again because we'll see what happens.
That's where he made his career.
That's where he made his career with the pencil in the ear.
So would you like me to read Josh Harris's statement that came out this morning?
Yeah.
Well, he had a whole press conference. Shall I watch it?
Let's go.
We'll watch it. We got a written statement here.
Bits and pieces of it. Go ahead, Phil. I'll share it on the screen, but you just go ahead and start reading it.
Today, we made the decision to part ways with Ron Rivera. I want to thank Ron and his wife, Stephanie, for all they did for the Commanders and DMV community, especially during the ownership transition. Ron helped navigate this organization through some challenging times. He is a good man and thoughtful leader who has positively contributed to this organization and the NFL. I wish the Rivera family nothing but the best moving forward. As we look ahead, we recognize the results this season were not good enough, and a strategic shift in leadership and approach is necessary. Alongside my partners, I have assembled a small advisory committee to assist me in identifying two important roles for this organization: head of football operations and head coach. I have asked Mitch Rales, Irvin Magic Johnson, and David Blitzer, as well as Bob Myers and Rick Spielman, to join the advisory committee that will work with me to make the best decisions for the franchise. To deliver upon our ultimate goal of becoming an elite franchise and consistently competing for the Super Bowl, there is a lot to do, and first we must establish a strong organizational infrastructure led by the industry's best and most talented individuals. As such, we will conduct a thorough search process to ensure we find the right candidates to guide this franchise forward. I consider these decisions to be among the most critical I make for the franchise. Attracting exceptional talent, empowering them to lead, and holding them accountable. I look forward to being personally involved throughout this process. This is a crucial offseason for the Commanders, and we continue to be motivated and inspired by the way the fans have responded since we took ownership last summer. Stewarding this franchise is a responsibility we don't take lightly, and we're eager to lay the foundation for the next chapter of Commanders football.
Man. Hey, black churches understand that.
In touch. I am sad for Ron Rivera, like as a man, as the coach, not so much, but as a man and what he'd been through,
Oh yeah.
You said it earlier, Dave. I didn't know he was going to fire, but I'll say it on Twitter later. But yeah, I didn't do so well as coach, but as a man, I appreciate what he's been through and what we had to go through as a team together. And no coach should have to put up with all that nonsense. The name change, the lawsuits, and the Dan Snyder stuff. It's just it's not fair. So, Ron, we salute you. I think we all feel the same on this show. Coach, football stuff aside, man, I think we salute you, sir. Should we take a look at Ron Rivera's statement? Because we can go ahead and look at that one too.
I think he recommended Dev to be the GM, man. That's what he said. Dev was in charge of draft pick. That's what him and Gibbs both put a statement out saying they wanted Dev. I don't know who this Dev kid is, but I bet he's smart as fuck.
Who's that guy? Yeah. Who's that guy?
I bet he does celebrating, nigga money.
Should we read Ron Rivera's statement?
I don't have that.
Okay.
I want my Washington fans to know how I really appreciate your unwavering support.
Yeah.
I really do.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that in
there, dude. Our team failing. He should have threw out I really do in there.
Brother, man, this roster moves non-football headlines and seasons that did not meet your expectations. You stood by this team. We did win the NFC title in 2020, but we fell short since then, and for that, I'm truly disappointed. You are loyal, passionate fans, and I only see good things ahead of you all. Thanks to Josh Harris and this partnership group for the past 5.5 months. I've enjoyed working with you deeply and appreciated the engagement and support you gave me and the team throughout the season. Blah, 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 yakety schmackety. He thanked the fans, and he definitely talked about some of the good times and some of the low points of the season, man. I think I've said this before. I think Ron's probably my second favorite coach, honestly, man. Like outside, just watching him, not the best, not the second best coach, but this is my second favorite one to have here, man, because I felt like he was at least a man of it. He's a man of conviction. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he was a pretty cool guy, but man, probably should have been fired way before today.
He dropped a nugget in here. You can tell, like, because he said non-football. I'll read it here. He said, he should have said
fuck Snyder. He probably at the end of his speech and dropped the mic. That way he would have got free drinks in Washington the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, you already said it in the first statement. Through all the name changes, roster moves, non-football headlines, and season did not meet your expectations. So he kind of said it there, like, man.
We dealt with some shit.
We did deal with some shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't related to football.
I got ripped up on Twitter because some motherfuckers was mad that I had given him his props, man. I'm not saying I'm a fan of his coaching, man, but Ron the man was pretty cool, man. He helped usher in the most diverse organization in all of sports,
let alone
American sports.
True story, man. He Jason Wright.
Julie Donaldson,
Jennifer King, assistant running backs
the
coach.
Martys. Definitely.
The Martys hired an old dude.
Yeah, shit, EB. There's a lot of things he did well for organization, man. I gotta give him his props for that. As far as the personnel stuff, we can get into it. The trading trend,
not the best talent evaluation.
Traded up for a punter. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of 25, 30 sacks. For a third and a second round pick, there's a lot of things that I disagree with Ron, and I felt like he should have been probably fired way before now. No, all jokes aside, but I'm not going to trash the guy on the way out. He got fired, man. That's the best case scenario for us. He got fired, and the best case for him, he got fired. He'll get another job somewhere else, man. He'll be a coordinator or an advisor somewhere on TV. Ron's
he'll probably just quietly ride off into the sunset.
He made a lot of friends, I'm sure.
After dealing with all the hoopla of the Snyder era and some of the stuff our media does and some of our fans do, he's probably got PTSD from being here.
Yeah.
What was gangster is how Harris was watching the game with a real coach too. Like, yeah, this is a real coach. I had fucking Gibbs sitting next to him. Yeah. Just overlooking him, knowing he's gonna get fired tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's like if your wife just brought Wesley Pipes over, and you had to sleep on a couch while you spent the night before you move out because your apartment ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to sleep then.
So I saw that, and I just had this joke in my head. I was like, man, can you imagine what would happen if we're all being strung along and he ends up bringing Gibbs back?
No, Gibbs is so old.
It's not happening, but I just thought
I wouldn't even want
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Be like Dan Shula out there on that hover round before.
I'd rather take Eric Bieniemy than Gibbs at this point. That's
I would
bad.
not. I'll tell you, I would not go that far.
Ryan Elias, Jennifer King.
Yeah, right. I got her signature. Her and John Dotson went to training camp. Rivera's gone.
That's the only sad thing about it. Also, like
that's Todd Samuels saying Rivera's gone.
I was trying to tell him to activate StreamYard link so we can see his name.
Some of these guys that we, that were brought in to change the diversity and to make it a positive outlook, at least business-wise for a team, is also out the door. So, I mean, I don't know what the future holds for Jason Wright, but it sounds like Coach King will be out of here probably, right?
Well, most likely. I mean, usually coaches bring in all new regimes and their coaches, coordinators bring in their coaches, and those coaches bring in their assistant coaches and blah, 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 blah.
It's going to be a new world order in that motherfucker though, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they do, man. I think they got the right guys kind of ushering in the new hires. The guy from.
Yep. Skipping ahead there. Hold on a second. Let me, I'll pull it up here on the Twitagra.
Who's the offensive coordinator or the guy for Washington? That guy designs crazy plays, man.
Here we go. So Josh Harris, if you listen to his press conference, said, we are going to do things the right way. So they're gonna find a senior VP of football operations, head of football operations, and that person essentially is the general manager, and then that person will take part in the coaching search. So here you go. This was on Twitter. Commanders owner Josh Harris hired 2 prominent executives, former Warriors general manager Bob Myers and former Vikings GM Rick Spielman, who I think to assist his group in searches for a head of football operations. So, yeah, 2 guys that I guess Phil and I were talking about before the show. I guess, a lot of these concepts carry over when you're just looking at managerial aspects and administrative aspects of building a team. Finding the right person, who's a fit for what if you're talking about operations of a team in general. So I'm not mad at their hiring these guys, especially one from basketball and one from the Vikings. So get the right people you trust. Let them help you make informed decisions. It just shows how much he doesn't know, Josh Harris, and I think that's pretty cool. It's a good sign. You know what I mean?
He doesn't, if you listen to him, he sounds like a Scooby-Doo villain, bro. I don't know. His voice doesn't really, scream, confidence. You know what I'm saying? But
I think it's how he is. That's just how
it's not his job. You know what I'm saying? His job is to hire the motherfuckers that exude confidence. And that's what I suggest he does. I like the fact you went out of football to find somebody to hire guys for football. Those guys hire winners, man. I don't know about Spielman. Is it the same Spielman that was the Lions didn't win a game season GM?
I'm pulling up his bio.
Mayhew was the GM. No.
Was there?
It was Mayhew, but he was taking over for that team that he inherited that year that they didn't win a game.
Spielman.
Spielman was there.
He was
Spielman, not
he
Rick
was
Spielman.
the Detroit Lions scout from 90 to 96. He was Bears 97 to 99 director of pro personnel, VP of player personnel at Dolphins 2000-2001, Dolphins senior VP of football ops 2002 to 2004. 2004 became the general manager. 2006 to 11 he was the vice president of player personnel for the Vikings. 2012 to 2021 he was the Vikings general manager. So he got fired last January.
Strong organization in the modern era of football.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. He's a good guy to be in your search. Let me touch on a couple of items of note. All right, let's first start with, before we get to coaches and front office, Eric Bieniemy is still technically our offensive coordinator. Sam Cosmi said, quote, "I wanted to run the ball more. We needed more balance. Please, let's run the rock." What have we been screaming this whole season?
Everyone can see it, but Bieniemy.
I told y'all that offensive linemen like a team that will at least run the ball with some form of consistency. Doesn't have to be a 50-50 balance. But offensive linemen generally like to run block. It actually helps.
Philadelphia like to run block.
You like to physically impose your will upon your opponent, right? Offensive linemen like to do that. So if you're running these, running these running balls up the middle between the tackles, and it's just turn around, hand the ball off, not this delayed handoff out of shotgun counter bullshit. When you're just run forward at your man. Offensive linemen like that. It allows you to wear down upon your opponent instead of the opponent coming at you and you got to catch them, right? Some guys may be a better pass blocker than run blocker, but all offensive linemen just like the opportunity just to run over the guy in front of them, right? It helps you wear them down. It helps you beat on them a little bit. That's what we do in the trenches. We beat on people.
Yeah,
we get that opportunity. But Cosmi said that, and look, Cosmi has become the best lineman we have.
Yeah, hands down.
Not even close. You can replace 4 of the 5 linemen. You keep Cosme. He was giving Parsons fits, right?
Scott got him fits a couple times. He got used a couple more times.
And I like that. I told y'all when we drafted Cosme that I liked him. Let's keep this dude. You want good linemen because whether we stick with Sam or what's probably going to happen with a new coach, a new GM, new all that, we're going to go with someone new, right? Cool. You still need to protect the guy. You want a Sam Cosme. Trent Scott, maybe. Man, Cornelius Lucas looked bad yesterday. Yeah. But nonetheless, lineman. Even they wanted to run the ball more. So it's kind of an indictment on Eric Bieniemy that now, after the season's over, hey, I'm glad that this was not stuff that was coming out during the season, but it is something that's now coming out because the season's over. Now guys are going to be honest, and I think you're going to see that. I think that players didn't necessarily have so much of a problem with Bieniemy's pace of practice so much as he had his just method of calling plays. I just got that feeling. Now, let's take a look at what we got here as far as our front office search, because a lot has flown out already. Commanders have submitted a request to interview Texans offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick. They have asked to interview Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator of the Lions, as well as Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn for the head coaching job.
Pass on that guy.
As far as the and they're also apparently interested about Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
We're casting that we are casting the net wide.
This is just from one person on Twitter, but they also said requested Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, like you said, Jim Harbaugh, and Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris. I mean, I've seen Raheem Morris. I've only seen from one source, but I could believe that too.
Yeah,
Raheem Morris is from this area. He's from this team. So.
Yeah. Hey, to those watching on Facebook, we need you guys to go ahead and click on the link at the top. So it's James Plank. Thanks for watching. Ben Harlow, Todd Samuel. Thank you for tuning in.
Todd Samuel. Yes, we can see your name now.
Yes, we are good to go. Thanks for checking in, Todd. We appreciate you.
Now, also here, look at these updated requests. So Ian Cunningham, Glenn Cook, Adam Peters, Mike Borgonzi, also Alec Hallaby.
Hallaby's a big one.
Is also someone we've requested an interview from as well.
I don't know who that is.
And then there's also I think there's a guy from Philly too that we're forgetting.
Isn't that Hallaby? No, where's Hallaby from?
I don't know
where he's from.
I forget.
First name Alex, right?
Alec
Hallaby. Alec Hallaby. He's Philly. He's the Philly guy. He's the Philly guy. Yeah. Assistant GM.
That's what I thought. Nonetheless,
it's if they should get a San Francisco guy in there.
But nonetheless, it hasn't even been. It wasn't even 6 hours, and all these requests are out there, and this net is being cast wide. Right? I like that. If you're going to do this, there's enough names out there that you can get from. All right, we all like Peters. Hallaby's a good guy to go after. There's a couple of these, Ben Johnson, Bobby Slowick. These are some names, right? And I like that they're all. We're it's like, nope, we want to talk to him, and him. I like that they have names in mind and they are going after him and are being aggressive.
Hey, Ben, click the streamer link at the top of the post so we can see it's you, man. While you're doing that, we were talking about a couple of these guys here. They tend to flash this every game, dude. And I'm the 2013 coaching staff for the audio crowd are going to catch us on the replay. Listen to the people who are on the Shanahan staff in their final year. Bobby Slowick, who Phil just talked about. He was a defensive assistant. Now he's the Texans OC who did wonders with CJ Stroud. So if you're going to get a new quarterback and you want to see proof in the pudding of a guy who can develop a new quarterback and build a system that's tailored to a new quarterback, Bobby Slowick is a very good.
That would be the outside chance guy if you go young. And from what I understand, that might be their intentions.
Yep. And then Matt LaFleur was on the 2013 staff. He was a quarterback's coach. Now he's the Packers head coach. He's been the Packers head for a few years. Sean McVay, we all know who he is. He was the tight ends coach and eventually became our OC. But he was the tight ends coach in 2013 under Shanny. And then, of course, Kyle was our offensive coordinator. And then Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins head coach, was our Washington, the wide receivers coach in 2013 under Shanahan. And I think he became the Dolphins head coach, 2 years ago, maybe. Don't quote me on that 2 years, but it's crazy, man, how they flashing this all the time.
Slowick is the only one who hasn't been a head coach yet, or isn't currently a head coach.
Yeah.
I think that's the guy you got to go after.
But Slowick versus Ben Johnson, who seem to be the names you're hearing more and more than anyone else.
Are you hearing like Ozzie Newsome Jr. in talks to be the new GM?
No,
no.
Well, we know that
I've heard this on Twitter a lot.
Group wants to mimic Baltimore, right? Because Baltimore is a winning franchise; they do things right. So, and Baltimore, and I know you don't like this, Dev. I mean, they trade back a lot, and they build picks through the draft, even high end picks. But I'm with you. You don't pass up on a top 2 pick. How often do you get a second round in the draft? So, I feel you on that one.
Yeah, you gotta take the best player, man. And I've said this every pod since I know we're getting a high pick, man. You gotta take the best player available. If that player is a lineman, take a lineman, man. If it's a quarterback, take a quarterback. If it's a receiver, take the receiver, man. You got 2 more picks early the next morning, man. You can trade back in and grab a Lamar Jackson type player. It's happened. Not saying you're gonna get that guy, but you could definitely get a starter or 2 with those 2 picks, dog. If you need a quarterback, someone's going to fall to the bottom of the first. I don't know who it's going to be. It could be Pennis, could be Bo Nix, could be the guy from Michigan. It could be a lot of McCarthy. It could be a lot of guys sliding down, man. But you got to take the best player. We got to start stacking players here, man. Like if you're that serious about quarterback, go get Kirk Cousins. You got the money. Go get Russ. He's at least good.
Yeah, but I would only spend that money if you're a quarterback away.
Yeah,
we have so many holes. Just build it.
Maybe you'll get a quarterback. Maybe you'll get a coach in here that says how deserves the chance to get real development. Maybe you'll get somebody that feels that way. That's stuff you can work with.
I mean,
it's going to get worse before it gets better, I think.
But here's the thing I want. I want the coach to come in. I want the coach to have an opportunity to look at the players we have. And the coach, if the coach says, let's just use Slowick as an example. Bobby Slowick comes in. He says, "I can do with Sam Howell what I did with C.J. Stroud, maybe even better, right?"
You let him try that.
You gotta let him do that. All right. I know a lot of the fan base is like, let's draft a top. You draft a quarterback with the top 2 pick. Draft a quarterback. We gotta have it, right? If Slowick says, "Nah, we can spend that capital elsewhere," I know I can make him as good as CJ Stroud, right?
I'd have to hear definitively him say that, but I don't.
Well,
if you take a quarterback that's the second best player in the draft is worthy of the best pick that you can draft a quarterback, bro.
My point is, our fan base has to take whatever the new regime's word is as how it's going to be, win, lose, or draw.
Man, honestly, I'm hoping
because our fan base loves to find any reason to turn negative.
I'm hoping best case scenario for us is the Bears want to give Fields one more chance and draft Harrison, and we can get Caleb. That'll be the real. That'll solve a lot of the problem. But on the other side, I'm like, man, I still think Harrison Jr. is going to be the second best. Is going to be the best player in the draft. And I would take him, and only because I remember the situation happening where there was a Raiders drafted number 1 and number 2 was another team. These guys drafted Jamarcus Russell. Guess who the number 2 was? Megatron. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know, like
on their board.
Just Mark Serafin, we talked Marvin Harrison Jr. at some point whenever we talk draft. every podcast.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
Mark Seraphin, go click on the link at the top of this post, the StreamYard link, and give Facebook permission to view your StreamYard, or StreamYard permission to view your Facebook name, so we can actually see it on screen. Ben Harlow, you too.
All I'm saying is that if we're going to say, hey, we need a new coach in here, if the new coach says that he likes the current quarterback, you're going to have to live with it. Now,
or he might just get one later. He might just get one later, or he might get a free agent. We got a lot of options. All of them aren't right, or all of them aren't wrong. I can understand completely if you wanted to get one of the top 2 quarterbacks or so in the draft and you had opportunity to take them. I understand
the dominoes got to fall. We can't really even talk about it until we know who the GM is. And once you find the head coach, you're probably going to have a better idea of what they're going to do.
Man, if we get Harbaugh, what makes him think, well, I can get McCarthy in the second round?
He just might do that.
You know, I was giving you some options. Like if that was to happen, he says I can get my guy in the second round, and I can have him have, Harrison Jr. and McLaurin and Dotson, and maybe even bring Sanders back. Like I could have that, you know what I'm saying? And then those 2 second-round picks, I could get somebody else, another lineman.
Yeah.
And on a free agency and trades or something, we could probably trade Allen and get another lineman.
Yeah.
You don't know what these guys are going to do, man.
No worries.
Honestly, they might trade up with the Bears to get Caleb.
Which would also be dumb because apparently it's going to cost a lot just to go from 2 to 1. Apparently,
I wouldn't do it, but you would understand why you would do it. You got to take a chance on a big of a franchise changing player one day, man. You can't just take what's given to you or take chances low and hopefully you steal somebody like we tried with Forbes and failed so far.
Yeah,
you can't keep doing that shit. You can't keep going after that. Like I'm not mad at the Chase Young draft. I would do it over again, man. Because
at the time he was the second best prospect.
No brainer. He was probably the first best prospect. Who got drafted first?
Cincinnati Valley Joe Burrow ahead of him.
Man, I would have Chase Young was a better player in college to me than what's name. But he was just the best quarterback. And you win the Heisman. He a whole lot more eyes on a quarterback. You got the bar every time. I get it.
Cincinnati.
If you desperately need a quarterback, the quarterback's always going to be your number one position. But if we're crap, like we're crap. We get a quarterback. Guess what? We're still going to be crap. So you might as well grab the best player available. If it's quarterback, cool. If it's Jaden Daniels, I'm straight, dog. I won't argue, dog. But you got to be right. You can't go up here and go get May, and then we find out that Daniels.
Hold on. First off, Alan Hester, thank you for joining. Go click the link at the top. If you notice, this is Phil's post. Apparently, he needs to give our own host.
I have not given permission because I'm on this podcast.
But Dev, back to your comment about getting the best player available. Even when people think they have the best player available, it could still be wrong.
That's okay. I can live with that though.
Oh, can you? Because I can't.
I can live with you going for the best player available and you're striking out versus you getting Forbes.
No, Dev,
out.
I'm going to show you a quick clip. Phil can attest to this. They said Forbes was the best player available. That's what's terrifying.
Who was on the board? What in that draft? Who got drafted after Forbes?
Christian Gonzalez.
Right. Who else? Like not even corner. Like I'm talking about best player.
Deontay Banks was on the board.
I'm not even talking corner.
Jr. was on the board.
Watch this.
But by the way, my philosophy changes after you get out of the first 5 picks, man. I understand why you would pick need if a good need is there at 17, 11, and 15 and shit. But if you're drafting 1 and 2 or 3, nigga, take the best fucking player on the board, bro. Like that's a whole different atmosphere of player. Like fail like you failed with Chase Young. Chase Young's still an excellent player. He's just not Bosa or one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? He's a tier under those guys, bro. Yeah. He's still a good player. Like lose like that. That's a loss you can live with, man. You can't lose.
Not no bum ass Emmanuel Forbes. Watch this.
Don't
clip,
get me
man.
some mid though. Don't go all the way to the dispensary. Don't travel across the state to the dispensary and bring me extra shit I could have got off the
And my apologies. I said it was Martin Mayhew that said it. It was actually Fred Stokes said it to Martin Mayhew. So Fred Stokes, they liked you 91, but then again, your 10 sacks came because you were on the other side of the line from Charles Mann.
This is when you have incompetent people. Just watch.
Okay, pause this. He's talking New England right now. New England wanted to trade us picks.
Yeah. They wanted a third. We were going to give him a fourth, right? And then he had to run it by Ron Rivera. Okay, he had to run it by Ron Rivera, and you can see he got with coach. And here, I'll play this.
Yes, for a third. I said we might do our fourth. That might make some sense if he doesn't go.
See, all right. Now I'm going to forward a little bit more. Forbes, picks are coming. Right here. Get this guy up there.
Hey, Elliot.
Emmanuel Forbes. Okay.
Who's on the board though? Rob, look on.
A lot of defensive backs.
I don't care what position.
Right there, Marty Herney. I don't think Forbes gets past the Patriots, which is right after us. All right. Okay, right here. This is the most damning part right here. Watch Fred Stokes. Oh. You're guilty. You're guilty, Stokes. Right there. I say we take Forbes. Watch this clip one more time. They're trying to debate between Forbes and Gonzalez. Oh.
Oh no!
Maybe he's on that the whole time. So he's maybe just as guilty. And then there was a trade.
And that's just got taken.
And now they're happy they could get either cornerback.
So we could end up in one of the two corners.
So we're good right where we are.
Yeah.
So to them, it was a win-win. It was Gonzalez or Forbes. Remember, we collectively thought we were going to get Gonzalez.
Yeah,
we thought we did.
When he slipped, yeah.
Yep. And then the Patriots traded with the Steelers.
We could have got Gonzalez, obviously. Jack Campbell for the Lions, who's nice. Could have got Jackson Smith and Jiba from Ohio State.
Went to Seattle.
Zay Flowers could have had him. Jordan Addison could have had him. Deontay Banks could have had Dalton Kincaid. That would have been fucking
tight end.
Yeah. That's about mostly all the ones that kind of jump out to me. Nolan Smith, I haven't seen. He's got hurt for the year, I think.
Yeah, he's been on the Eagles. It hasn't done much. Here's the last few seconds of the clip.
Good. Promise you, it's Forbes. Jack's gonna do some flip flops.
If it's Forbes, Jack's gonna do some flip flops.
The hell, he's gonna do flip flops.
Will McDonald.
Yeah. Good job.
What's his start? What do you want?
You went to go get Jack so we can tell that Forbes is our pick.
He's staring at you. Yeah. Emmanuel Forbes. Yeah. I'm about to call him.
All right. I'm not going to go any further on that, but you guys get the point. That's what tears me. So clearly to them, Emmanuel Forbes was the best on their board. So it's like, that's why
I wonder who they wanted it before Emmanuel Forbes. Like who was there? Who got taken that they went down to Emmanuel Forbes?
Yeah, the offense was so bad last year. That's what I'm saying. There has to be a little bit of draft for need sprinkled in. There has to be. You can't not say. I mean, what if we had Sweat, had all the people we had on defense, right? Let's say the number 2 person was an edge rusher. You don't draft that number 2 person at edge rusher. You don't. I know some people say that he'd be the best player available, but you just don't do it. You trade out of it. If you
have the number 2 pick in the draft, maybe you take the edge rusher and trade what you already have.
Maybe, but then you got to get that done before the draft. You know what I mean?
Just to give you an idea.
Now I'm all good. I want Caleb. Now at this point, man, I would be slightly disappointed if we don't get Caleb or Harrison. If we went a whole different direction, if we both, because like I said, if they pick Caleb, I'll take Harrison. If they take Harrison, I'll take Caleb. And then from there, it's like there's a group of guys, and we'll probably all change our views here in March or April when the draft.
I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Kincaid was on the board. Jordan Addison was on the board. Zay Flowers was on the board.
Johnson. Everyone. Dev just said he just went through the list.
Yeah.
Todd Samuel said if Jim Harbaugh is the coach, he will want his own quarterback. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Remember last week? I think I said it that after Harbaugh wins this chip, he's going to come right up to the NFL. He got Don Yee. He got Tom Brady's agent. He is coming to the NFL. You don't get that agent. I think so too.
That would be a good pick. Somebody like him, I wonder if he'll want to get his own guys. Like I don't think maybe you couldn't get a president and GM with him here.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a very coach-centric organization.
When he said that, though, when he said he's going shopping for GMs and all that stuff, made me think maybe he will go young like Ben Johnson, which would also be a dream pick of mine. I just don't see it. I see big name, Lincoln Riley-ish.
I'd rather them go with a young hot coach and a big name.
I'm actually on the Bobby Slowick train. I like the idea of Ben Johnson. I kind of want to go coordinator. I just feel like
Harbaugh been good coordinator for 1 year.
Harbaugh kind of, I don't know. I just feel like the way Harbaugh left San Francisco kind of makes me look at him a little sideways. You know what I mean?
He dismantled that team before he left too, and then
and I'm just
Shanahan
like,
and John Lynch
rebuilt it. I want, because I also think that coaches that have been in the league before, when they come back or if they've been successful, they want more control,
right?
And they're going to want a quote-unquote coach-centric organization.
Yeah, we're good. I'm good on that.
We just had that.
You get your young guy, you don't have to worry about that. Football.
No, the GM's going to call the GM shots. The coach is going to coach. I want clear and delineated. I want clear roles for everybody. Your GMs.
If it's young, I want Johnson. If it's old, who do you guys want though?
I don't want an old person. No.
But if you get old, I'm going young Johnson. Pause. But
no old folk. I don't need any old people. Give me young and hungry. I don't need old people, man. I really don't. But I mean,
let me put it this way. Do you know why? Here's the written reason in an article as to why the 49ers and Jim Harbaugh parted ways after 2014. It was due to disagreements between Balky or Balk. I don't know. I never knew how to pronounce his name.
Trent Balky
and Jim Harbaugh about the power hierarchy of the team and the management of the organization losing faith in Harbaugh.
Right.
Power hierarchy. Harbaugh wanted more control.
Right. That's what we deliberate from that. I mean, maybe the other guy wanted more control. You know what I'm saying?
Team. Yeah. What's up? Film Father, aka South. Yes. If you're not watching 5,000 hours of film, you don't know what you're talking about.
I spent. You know what I did yesterday? I watched 3 hours of film.
You mean YouTube highlights?
No, what I ain't gonna ever do.
Game. That's what I said. What did you do with your New Year's Eve? I spent it watching 3 hours of film. I'm getting to my 5,000 hours.
Yeah. Hey Ben, try refreshing Facebook app, close it and reopen it and see if that works and gives you if you clicked on the link. Sometimes
try closing out Facebook and going back in. Sometimes you do that.
All good. But South, King of the Pookie Dookie, thank you for
King of the Pookie Dookie. What kind of
you don't pay attention in the group chat? That's just the terminology he was using to talk about this team for like, I don't know, week 12 and beyond. They are very Pookie Dookie.
Most of these times I'll be medicated, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Dad don't even interact with us on game day. He goes in the group chat. We like,
you know, I don't even like watching games on the bars and stuff. I just like watching the game. I don't really like hanging out with people while watching them at all.
Yeah.
Not something I ever enjoy. So I like chatting during them. I might like say something here and there, but most part I'll just.
It's fun. That's the whole reason I like it. It's almost like you can watch with people, but you don't have to be with them.
Right.
Ryan says, with Glock Dookie Awards, we haven't gotten there yet. Yeah. We're still talking about the front office.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to that one. But I feel
Sal points out that
the Glock Dookie Award of the day actually segues right in from the front office.
Well, hold on.
I'll go ahead and tell you who it is.
You want to transition? You want to? We
can mash them together. It's the same category.
All right, Glock Dookie intro. Let's go. All right, there's Glock Dookie from week 17.
Is Ron Rivera. You got fired. That's the ultimate Glock Dookie.
I didn't get the drum roll on there. You just got fired.
Ron Rivera, you're fired. As the President Donald Trump.
Yeah,
technically, you got fired on your day off.
Yeah, like he was making cardboard boxes. Don't let the doorknob hit you. Where the good Lord split you, Ron. I mean, we wish you the best. Maybe we'll find out one day you're as cool as Jay Gruden.
come back on the radio. Yeah. I saw a post today
I actually
saying
think Ron will
Gruden was
say
under
intelligent
consideration
things on the
for
radio instead of saying the most obvious shit.
Jay Gruden was under consideration for either a coordinator job or potential head coach if New Orleans gets fired. There was a rumor that leaked today. Don't ask me if there's any validity to that.
Please let him go to New Orleans
Twitter.
so he can fail there, and it just justifies all my thoughts about him.
As long as he comes back on the radio, that's all.
But not only that, if he fails there, it means the Saints fail, and I hate the Saints, so it's a twofer for me.
Twofer?
It's a twofer.
Two for this, two for that.
Jay Gruden failing and the Saints failing.
Yeah. By the way, check into the national championship. It is 17-10. Michigan over Washington at half.
Washington coming back after Michigan got those 2 early long touchdown runs.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. They're back out.
Okay, looks like that.
Michigan's got some cool ass jerseys.
Yeah.
I hate Michigan's jerseys. I like
Michigan. The color scheme. It's not really the jerseys. The color scheme.
I hate Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm a Penn State guy. I hate Michigan.
I mean, the good part is about this coaching search and front office search. Now you have the full power of Harris, Rails, Magic Johnson, David Blitzer, and now you have Bob Myers and Rick Spielman. So you got a grip of people trying to figure out who's going to be the guy, and it's an exciting time for us. It should instill a new hope for us. We had a little bit in the offseason with the rebrand, but if you listen to Josh Harris's press conference today, they did ask him about the rebrand. So is there a potential chance for a rebrand? And he kind of dodged it. He's like, no, we're worried about other things right now. We have other.
He's going to kick. I told y'all he's going to kick this can. So every time it comes, he's just going to kick the can down the road.
He told you also that Magic Johnson's going to be part of this.
Eat it.
Yeah. I love it. I love that he's not giving an answer. A straight answer. I'm all about it.
Ben Harlow, you're good.
Yes, Ben Harlow. We got you, man. That's what we do. Hey, this is from our boy.
You've spent a year now with the Commanders, the branding,
Kelly.
the name. Have you had discussions about where to go from there, and what have those been like in terms of the name and the branding?
Yeah, as you can see, we're a little busy.
Okay, tell me that first size. Like, I gotta fucking answer this again. I mean, the head, and he's like, just listen to that exhale.
Go from there, and what have those been like in terms of the name and the branding?
Yeah, as you can see, we're a little busy. In addition to basically picking a new head of the front office, new coach. And I see Mark in the front there. We're busy at work, working on the next improvements to our stadium. In terms of fan experience, in terms of premium areas, and fixing a lot of different things and investing in the stadium. We're going to be rolling out a big investment program in the next few weeks, and that there's an enormous amount of detail that the business staff and some of the ownership group are working on. And then we've got obviously our new home and thinking about that. And so right now our focus today is on sports first and foremost, and then these other things. And so, those are our focuses, right?
There you go. Like, it doesn't get any more black and white to me, right? There is literally no way you should be able to. That's Phil fucking the screen. You should be able to misinterpret that any other way. It ain't important right now.
Fuck it.
It's not.
You are not getting your Red Wolves.
That's right.
He's going to keep kicking his can down the road on you with the same thing because he's done this every time they brought this up to him.
He didn't say anything about the black fast blacks though. He's still on the table.
Focus today is on sports. They have more renovations they're going to do to FedEx Field. I'm curious as to what those are. We'll have our boy Mark Frado, the voice of the at FedEx Field, watch the Commanders. Maybe we'll have him on and see if he has any insight.
These fans can't wait to get a young Johnson in here, bro.
A young Johnson making a splash. A young Johnson making his impact on the team, putting his stamp everywhere. Right.
That's right.
So you got that, and you got a lot of jokes with the Penix jokes, the Michael Penix, however you want to say
get
it.
a Johnson and a Penix back there, man.
Dude,
Penix and shotgun,
and we go with the name Red.
Throwing it Penix, throwing it deep.
That's right. The Red Wolves. The Wolves will be back.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I would like the Wolves. Wolves would be dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Washington.
I think, do you have a problem with the Wolves or just the Red
Washington
Wolves?
Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you,
retire that sounder.
Or about Lycans? If they just change it to Lycans or something like that, that'd be dope.
The day
Washington like Red Lycans.
If Sam Howell goes, I'm pretty sure I don't care about Red Wolves anymore. It just fits so well with Sam Howell.
Washington Red Lycans.
Not a part of it, then yeah.
He's back up. He's motherfucking still. We talking about he's on the contract for 3 more years.
But dude, I'm telling you,
Ben Harlan says they got focused on some hot water fixes.
We draft a quarterback, Dev. We are Robert and Kirk all over again. If Sam's still here, people saying keep Sam, move him and sign a.
Yeah, you can get a pick for Sam.
Who else would you sign? Let me think here.
Just keep Jake Fromm,
a Tyrod Taylor, or a.
I don't care who you have a backup.
Someone.
I don't care who you have a backup.
Keep Brisket Hill.
40% of this fan base is going to root for that guy, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
2 quarterbacks like we did with the RG3. Make that mistake.
Yeah, I mean, just don't want to go through that stuff again for our own health. It's not healthy for us.
You're never going to get away from it. You will go to the grave dealing with this, Steve.
Yeah, but if you have a guy and then a schlub, you're going to be fun. No one's going to be screaming for Jake Fromm on the bench. Not that I'm saying you want Jake Fromm as your backup, but if you have I don't know. You can't bring Taylor Heineke back. You can't, dude.
If you get a quarterback number 1 overall, there's no question that he's going to be the guy. There's no question.
I mean,
boom. We still have fans crying for Heineke.
We do. That's the problem.
Minshew.
Nah, he'd be worse. Minshew can actually play.
Well, he can't play.
Yeah, he can play.
I mean, like I said, I would bring in like a
Jake Fromm, State Fromm.
Just get a
Tyrod Taylor, maybe a Drew Lock. Tannehill would be a good one, right? Mariota. I mean, you know what? It's premature because we don't know what type of system we're going to have. So I'll leave it at that. I have no idea. We could go crazy.
We're with RG3. I'd say Kirk Cousins.
But what if we get a coach who has an OC who wants to get Jaden Daniels, and then we run a completely explosive offense that tailors to Jaden Daniels' strengths of running the ball?
If you tailor to the quarterback's strengths, I don't care who you get.
But you want your backup to be able to do
quarterback in the offense jive.
Yeah, you want someone similar, like Lamar Jackson's backup is Tyler Huntley. They both. He doesn't do it well, but Tyler Huntley can run the offense. Dev, I'm not saying that just because he's black, because I know that's what you're.
They also got Malik Cunningham too.
Oh, from Louisville. Yeah. So, Spider Monkey 304. Thanks for joining us. Says no need to move how he won't cause any issues. Why would coaches listen to fans? We are crazy. We are crazy, and we're dumb. But I don't know, man. We're a crazy fan base. We love the backup. You keep Sam, people will clamor for Sam. That first round pick will not get the ample time he needs to grow. And everything that just happened to Sam will happen to that first round pick. We will turn our backs on that first round pick and we will say, Sam, how? Sam, it's gonna happen.
They will. Even the people who hate Sam Howell this year will somehow root for him next year.
Penix just hurt his ankle, man. He's limping out the game, dog.
Well,
good. He'll fall back to his own player. Get him there.
His own player stepped on him. High ankle too.
I'm guessing that's Shy Guns checking in the chat. What's up, Shy Guns? Hey, if you're gonna kick it with us, man, go to the top of this post on Facebook and click the StreamYard.com link so we can give him permission so we can see your name on the stream. He says, "Go Pack, go!" Yes, you guys backed into the playoffs just like the Steelers.
Ooh.
There you go. Who is actually what? Who is the Packers playing? Who they got lined up? They playing.
Don't they have
Cowboys?
Ooh, at home. Dallas hasn't lost at home yet this year, if I'm not mistaken.
They lost at home in 18 straight over 2 years.
That's gonna be.
That's why I was telling him if they weren't playing at home, I would should pick them for the upset, but I don't think they lose first round.
Ben Harlow
second round, I think they lose though.
Ben Harlow says we can always get Fields, thinking of as a quicker Howell.
Man, I would love to take one of them twos and get Fields, bro. You're tripping.
I would not, because
I could be sold on that.
You can't say that
I
until
think-
you find out who your coach and OC is, man.
Fields
That's
one
it.
of them dudes that can win games alone, bro.
Do not think Justin Fields is that good.
Yeah.
I
Do you
think
think Justin Fields could flourish in Eric Bieniemy's offense where he has to throw 50 times a game? Absolutely not.
I think he could because he would take off.
No quarterback design runs. That's what he thrives off.
I think he would because he would just take off.
Oh, not abide by the system.
Right.
Fuck it. I'm not passing.
I think he
I'm
would
running.
take off. I think he would take off. He's a better athlete, bro. You'd have to change things. Even though Hal's a very good athlete. But I think that Fields is a way better athlete, and he's bigger. You can do more stuff with him, man. Like he's a better talent, man.
Yeah.
I always root on talent, especially when they've been in the league that long.
Now Ben Harlow's honest.
Talent cannot be realized on a consistent basis. I don't want it.
If you do Todd Monken and Fields, I'd be down for that because we know Todd Monken's offense, the former Baltimore offense, it would work. Man. It would work.
If Fields is willing to run like that.
And Harbaugh's there. Harbaugh's a running coach.
Spider Monkey said, let's bring in Cousins, RG3, Hal, Wentz, let him fight out in camp. So,
Wentz looked good.
Carson Wentz had 16 carries yesterday, Dev. 16
carries.
Yeah, I watched a scramble for a touchdown.
Ran the ball in for a touchdown. It was so
Where
funny
was
to watch.
this?
He looked like Eagles wins.
Man. Good for him.
Yeah.
I have no hate against Carson.
Another guy like Ron didn't do so well here, but he seemed like a pretty fucking cool guy though. Like we didn't think he was even a cool guy before we got him. We thought this motherfucker nobody liked him. We thought it was old dude from draft day, Bo Callahan. That's what we thought it was, bro.
That's what we thought.
But when he got it, it was like this nigga's an alright teammate, man. He's pretty cool.
Yeah,
real delicious, cool.
Deluxe, thanks for tuning in. Says they haven't lost at home, but they haven't had a home playoff game in that time either. Yeah, that's true. Cowboys usually fold at home, but the opening line for the Packers Cowboys is Cowboys 7.5. That's large for the playoffs.
That's very large for the playoff.
The Bills over the Steelers is -10, so the Bills have a 10-point.
Popping in on Facebook says they sorry missed the show, got caught up in a football game, had to run to class. He'll watch the replay later. We know you will.
Yeah. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Yeah, I'm always chiming in. Love you. Appreciate it.
Then Harlan says that Monken's doing well with Lamar without a top one receiver. Says Zay is good, but he's a Dotson. But he's also got Odell.
That's right. As we wind this one down, let's go over the games this weekend here real quick. We got in the AFC, the Browns and Texans. That's going to be a great game, by the way. That's going to be a great game. I'm actually probably my favorite game to watch this weekend is Browns and Texans. Joe Flacco versus CJ Stroud. Browns are 11-6 and Texans are 10-7. If DeMeco Ryans is not head coach of the year out of Houston, something's wrong. He should be coach of the year, hands down. You got the Dolphins in the wild card game versus the Chiefs, and it's only a 3.5-point spread at home for the Chiefs. That's going to be interesting. That's Saturday night at 8:00. The other first game is Saturday at 4:30. Sunday at 1:00 for AFC Steelers and Bills, and the Bills are 10-point favorites at home. NFC wild card 4:30 Sunday, Packers Cowboys in Dallas. Shy Gun says he's gonna take the Packers and 7 points. Oh man. Okay, Packers at -7 points. All right. The Rams at 8:15 on Sunday playing the Lions in Detroit. It's only a 3-point favorite over LA. I thought it would be more. Rams aren't playing that well, but man, it's a wash at home. And then finally on Monday Night Football, we got the Eagles in the Bucks in Philadelphia, -2.5 at home. And the Eagles are playing like dog shit right now. Did you guys watch them get loose to old Tommy DeVito?
I called that too.
Bro. I think the Eagles are done, man. I think they're done this year. They're and people are getting injured. AJ Brown's hurt. Jalen Hurts throwing hand. You see his finger? You see the picture of his finger? He dislocated it, and it's like completely going in the wrong direction. Oh, it's gross, man. His finger's all dislocated. He's walking off the field. So, and then, by the way, if you're watching this on Facebook, we appreciate you. If you want to flip over to YouTube, we also appreciate that. And then if you do, please hit that like button for us. That would be awesome sauce. I'll even post a link here. If y'all want to flip over to Facebook or YouTube and give us that like, we would greatly appreciate it. So what's y'all thoughts on the weekend playoff games, guys?
Go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go, really?
I want Dallas to win.
Yeah, I never want
true.
Dallas to win, bro. But
That's
I think
true.
I think they're going to win.
I was thinking
I think
about
they're
Shy Guns, but yes, there are bigger implications about Dallas just losing in general. So
The only time I want Dallas to win was when it means we get the number 2 pick in the draft. That's what
yeah. Ben agrees that D'Amico Ryan should get Coach of the Year. He should, man. Working wonders with CJ Stroud. Jalen Hurts, according to Ben Harlow. Deluxe says Peacock broadcast for a playoff game is not cool.
I like Peacock, bro.
What? Well, I think I'm good because I have cable. I'm one of the few people that have cable, but for those that don't, that means you have to stream it on Peacock.
Peacock's dope.
Yep.
But what if someone has like YouTube TV? Will they get the game? I don't know how it works, but that's kind of messed up. James Nicholas, thanks for tuning in. He says, I'm late. Have y'all discussed draft options? We have, bro. We kind of talked that earlier on. Make sure you scroll to the top of this post that you're on and give Facebook permission from StreamYard to get your name. But James Nicholas, please thank you for tuning in. Yeah, draft options. We kind of did. It's kind of hard to talk even further about it when we don't know who the head coach and offensive coordinator is going to be. So, I mean, we're sitting at the number 2 pick. May, Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know. And then maybe on the number 4, Jaden Daniels, if Todd Samuel's still on. I mean, like
I said, I'm not. I want to take a better look at Daniels from I'm in on that at number 2.
Yeah.
Now,
I started watching some of his YouTube highlights.
Here's your playoff bracket for this coming weekend. You got in the AFC. Let's just start here. Texans versus Browns. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. I can't believe the Browns won a division. Yeah. That's crazy. Texans versus Browns. Chiefs versus Dolphins. Bills versus Steelers. Ravens are your bye. In the NFC, you got Bucks and Eagles, Lions and Rams, Cowboys and Packers, 49ers are your bye. So, your underdogs are Steelers, Dolphins, Browns, Packers, Rams, Eagles. Because the Bucks won tank division. Actually, I want to say the Texans won tank division. It seemed like nobody wanted to win either of the South divisions this year. AFC.
I can't believe the Colts lost that bullshit game. They lost though.
But
the Colts do drop that pass.
Which one of these teams do you think is most likely to pull off the upset from a disadvantageous position? The lower seeds. Steelers beat the Bills. Dolphins beat the Chiefs. Browns beat the Texans. Packers beat the Cowboys. Rams beat the Lions. Or Eagles beat the Buccaneers. Which one do you think?
Rams beat the Lions because I think they're defense.
I'd say Buccaneers too.
The Eagles will beat the Buccaneers?
No, I think
who the Browns play first round?
The Browns play the Texans.
Yeah, Browns win.
I mean, are you counting the home point advantage? Because mine says 2.5 Browns, but I'm just on Yahoo. I'm not even looking at it.
I was just looking at lower seed versus higher seed.
Oh. On mine, it says the spread for the Browns-Texans game is Browns and 2.5 point spread. So they're favored by 2.5. But you're looking at division champion versus a wild card. So I see what you're saying. But Browns are favored in that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be – that's my favorite game to watch this weekend, I think. That's the one I want to watch. Of all the games, that's the one I want to see. And the Dolphins are on the downward spiral too, man. They're struggling. They can't put it together.
And they're playing a Chiefs team that has struggled all season.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no way the Steelers beat the Bills. That's just not going to happen, which is great because Steelers fans are so fucking annoying. It drives me insane.
It's funny because they want to get rid of
Tomlin
so badly.
And half of them, I believe, are just racist. And they keep shouting Rooney Rule. He's only a coach because he got the. I'm like, that dude has had out of the 17 seasons, 14 of them are winning seasons. And of those 14, I think 13 or 12 are playoff seasons. You're complaining 12 of 17 years he's taking to the playoffs. You're still bitching. Come on. Do you know what we would give for something like that? That's like our team from the 90s, man. We were always in it. Never a question where we're in it. What's that like? And yet they're complaining. So I don't know, man.
So Tomlin actually has never had a losing record as a head coach. The worst he's ever gone is 8-8.
There you go. I knew it was some crazy stat like that, man.
He has 173 wins, 100 losses, 2 ties. Now, this is only his second 10-plus win season since 2017. So for the last 6, it's been 8-9 wins.
Right.
Before that, it was 11 wins, 13 wins, 10 wins, 11 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins, 10 wins. It's not quite where they were, but they are better. I'll tell you what, getting rid of Matt Canada was the best thing they had done.
Yeah, they immediately turned it around. Ben
Brown better. Then again, they were 10-7 this year. They only averaged 17.9 points a game.
Who's that?
The Steelers.
Yeah, with Kenny Midkins at quarterback.
Let me give y'all something. This we scored more points this year than the Steelers.
Yeah. Yep.
We averaged almost a point and a half more per game than the Steelers, and the Steelers went to the Super Bowl.
That's right. James Nicholas says all my friends that are Eagles fans are quiet as fuck. That's right. They're gonna lose.
The Cowboys fans are talking.
Yeah, it's just like one trade off for the next, right? You can't win.
It's like I kind of, as annoying as Giants fans are, they're my least hated rival.
They dropped 4 spots with that win. They were like the 5th pick now. Now hold on, let me see what they're sticking at now. I want to say they're 7th or 8th.
They'll end up getting like a appendix.
The Giants dropped to 6. Okay, they were 5. They only dropped 1, so they must have had some help.
They had some help.
It's funny because the Chargers lost 5 in a row.
Chris Blow says he doesn't care who we get, just wants to compete and win games. Yep.
Tennessee put themselves from 5 to 7 with that win over the Jaguars.
Yeah, but they owed. I think they felt like they owed the Jaguars one.
That was a division rivalry, so I get it. I totally get it.
They owed because Jacksonville. Remember, Jacksonville cost the Tennessee the division last year.
Yeah. Well, never forget that 2019 season with the Eagle. Doug Peterson was like, you know what? My departing gift to everyone is I'm going to blow this game and give the Commanders or the Washington football team a playoff entry. What did they do? They put in Nate Sudfeld at halftime, and they just gave us the game. There was nothing more obvious.
We were going to win that game anyway. I hate this idea that we were going to lose that game because
our defense was on fire and our defense was on another level. But I think he just made it easier for us. I think it would have been closer had they kept Fields in because he kept scrambling. He wasn't doing shit for pass game, but once nasty Nate Sudfeld got in there, I knew it was over, man. I knew it was over. And Peterson got fired the next day, so knew it was over.
Over.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead and drop the freestyle, the free for all. To the Commanders, I believe we exposed the Eagles often. We took it to him twice, almost beat him twice. Actually, two of Sam's best games.
That's why I'm over here. I'm like, I don't get it.
2 of Sam's best games came against the Eagles. That's crazy, right? Who was arguably a top 3 or 4 team all year until just the last couple weeks. Read his stat line from that first Eagles game when we lost in overtime. Sam Howell, 29 for 41, 290 yards, 1 touchdown, quarterback rating of 98.6. And he rushed for 40 yards as well.
Yeah.
Second Eagles game. We lost 38-31. Stat line, 29 for 52, 397 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Quarterback rating of 114. Jahan Dotson had 108 yards. Jamison Crowder had 95. Terry had 63. Logan had 44. All those guys had a touchdown pass. Like that, I don't know, man. So like you said before, Dev, I could see if someone wanted to say, you know what, I can work with that kid because of a game like that.
Yeah, I was
400 yards.
39 of 52 for 397 is an insane stat line.
not saying I'd do it, but I would understand why somebody else would do it.
Yeah. AJ Brown had 8 for 130. Hold on, let me see what
Devontae Smith with 7 for 99.
What did AJ Brown have the first game? Did AJ Brown go off the first game?
Oh, he went off the first game.
9 for 175 and 2 touchdowns.
That was the game that officially killed all confidence that Emmanuel Forbes had.
What was DJ Moore's stat line? DJ Moore had on that Thursday night game
230 yards.
Oh my gosh, 8 for 230, Phil, and 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
Of Justin Fields' 282 yards, 230 of those went to DJ Moore.
Yeah.
He completed.
Justin Fields did not beat us. DJ Moore beat us for Justin Fields.
Of 282 yards, he completed passes to 3 receivers.
Yeah. So don't sit here and tell me.
That's wild.
Don't tell me that. Oh, Justin Fields is this great quarterback. The one great game he had that we remember, it was one receiver that killed us.
Sam Howell threw for 51 times that game too.
Breaking news: John Morant's going to have season-ending shoulder injury. Damn, Dev, y'all got out.
Talking about we got out. I'm not a John Morant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not thinking John. Who
Yeah, I like John Morant though. He's one of my favorite players. But
he's
he's on Memphis.
Wait, who was the guy? Who was the Nick that just got traded?
Barrett, but he got traded for a Noble.
RJ Barrett. I'm sorry. RJ Barrett and Morant mixed up for some reason.
He had 37 last night. Shout out to RJ, man. Balled out, man. Hey, he's going to get a lot more shots there and a lot more freedom. Tibbs' system's kind of strict, bro. You know, they got a lot of shooters. You don't get a lot of touches. But I've always liked Barrett. I think he's going to be good, man. I think he's going to have a good. He's 20 points a game at 24 years old, man. He's going to be a good player anyway. So, solid player. Shout out to him, 37 points.
Ben Harlow says, DJ Moore was on my fantasy bench. I was dumb as hell to think Forbes could shut that down. Yeah, if you tuned in late, we showed the clip of Fred Stokes convincing Martin Mayhew that Forbes was the pick on the draft night in the war room, and Marty Herney was double downing on it. Could have had Christian Gonzalez, man. Could have had it.
Oh.
Yeah, crazy. Well, all right, fellas, we gone about 1 hour and 20 today. We got the rest of the national championship game to watch. We went over, talked about Black Monday, talked about what's going on with the front office. Just to recap, they hired. I guess they are bringing on consultants. Former Vikings GM Rick Spielman and former Warriors GM Rick. I'm sorry, the name is just escaped me. Myers. What am I saying, Phil? I'm messing the name up, Phil. You got to help me out here. Myers, the basketball guy that they're
Bob Myers
from the Warriors, to help find their new president of football operations, who will then find his coach. So, Bob Myers, the ball is moving. Thank you to everyone for tuning in, and those who tuned in on Facebook and YouTube. We really appreciate you guys. I know some of y'all had some issues with getting your name shown on the stream. Next time, just hit that streamer link at the top of this post, and we'll get you on there.
Absolutely.
Ben Harlow, James Nicholas, Chris Blow, Marcus Edlin, Shy Guns. Thank you for tuning in. Deluxe
Update if you're not watching. 20-13, Michigan's beating Washington. Penix never left the game.
Oh, good for him.
He is 16-26 right now. Penix is outplaying McCarthy. McCarthy's only on 6.
Well, McCarthy never throws for a lot of yards. He doesn't have a lot of yards.
He's not even throwing for a 50% completion percentage.
Yeah, but he never gets good stats. He's just real.
They never ask him to do anything but manage the game.
Right.
It's Michigan's run the ball for well over 200 yards already.
Right. They run. That's what I said. Harbaugh's a running guy. You want your running guy, that's Harbaugh. He runs the ball.
I want a balanced guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't pass a lot.
Right. That's why I'm not a big McCarthy guy, because McCarthy has been asked to throw at an elite level.
Right.
Penix, though, 16-26 right now, 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. So he's making a decent accounting of himself. And Washington just got the ball back.
Nice.
On a punt return.
I'm a little past you on that.
So we shall see. Anyway, I just want to see Penix do well. I like the way he plays. I've seen quite a bit of him. That's fine.
I like Stubbs.
I'm going to give Jaden Daniels.
Send him to TV.
I'm going to give Bo Nick a clean look, and we'll see from there.
Give him a look-see. We'll talk about that. We have plenty of time to talk about that.
Oh, do we ever?
We haven't decided yet if we're going to go down. Usually in the offseason, we'll go down to a single weekly show. I'm not sure when we'll do that. A lot of action going on, but we'll keep you guys posted. Stay tuned in to the socials.
Before we get off here,
what?
Did y'all watch Cat Williams, man?
I just saw
I did.
The clips about
my God.
the Illuminati and
ever.
Ludacris clapping back that, he ain't Illuminati and all that stuff. And that's all I saw.
What am I gonna talk about my wife? I was part of Illuminati. I'm gonna do more in rap bars, man.
See, Cat told y'all that he was when
Luda's the truth though.
In his comedy specials, he's called out Hollywood for being weird. Ain't like this is new. This ain't new with Cat.
Nah, it's not.
Ain't new.
He's been the same guy since day one, man.
Yeah, that's why he was in my comedy top 5.
He's been telling you these dudes are stealing his jokes, and
he tell you that Hollywood's on
4 years,
addicts, and it's almost like an incestual relationship within that whole circle.
Kanye West blowing dudes at parties.
I didn't know about that part, but
we all assumed.
Allegedly, I don't get sued for that one. That's allegedly. We do not know that.
Who said that? That wasn't Cat. That was somebody else that said that.
I don't know.
No. He was talking about other dudes blowing Steve Harvey.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Remember, he was talking about having an audition for a role, and it was a role that Steve Harvey he said Steve Harvey basically told him he could blow him right here, and he'd give him the role. And Cat Williams
Steve Harvey.
Huh?
Harvey
Weinstein. I'm sorry. No, he went on Steve Harvey.
You can't just accuse somebody of giving blowjobs. They didn't give him. You know what I'm saying? You got to clarify that. Steve Harvey, we apologize. You did not offer to give Cat Williams a blowjob.
No, but you apparently have had fake hair all this time.
Man, you'd be amazed if that's fake hair.
I used to admire that dude's fade. I used to be like, damn, that dude's hair.
He's bald now, isn't he? He's bald now.
He had hair.
They didn't have lace fronts back then, did they? For real? I thought
apparently it was fake. And someone else who's like, yeah, my mother was a hairdresser. She used to say it was fake back then. Because, as I said, somebody says, black men went to the barbershop for a decade wanting that haircut and couldn't get it. And it's because the hair was fake.
On that note, I think we're going to sign off.
I'm rocking the Steve Harvey now.
Yeah, look at me. Bald head. We all bald on this show. We the bald head brothers. All right, fellas. Any other parting words before we peace out?
Shout out to my father. He's in the hospital right now.
Shout out to him.
Luckily, got his pain from a 10 to a 0. And he was having some serious stomach pains. They thought it was an issue with his pancreas. Turns out it's his gallbladder. Thank God. Whenever I hear pancreas, I immediately think cancer. So apparently it was an issue with his gallbladder that was causing pain in his pancreas. So they're going to fix that with surgery. So shout out to him. 80 years old. Man is old school, tough as nails. He's a former Golden Gloves champ. Yes, I was raised by a man with hands.
Bang, bang.
That's why I try to tell people, you don't understand how I grew up. But anyway, shout out to him. He's doing a lot better. And yeah.
All right.
Dukes.
There's Daddy Croniger over there, man. Papa Croniger.
Right. Papa Cron. All right. As for right now, we're back Thursday night. We don't have a game to preview like we normally do, but there's a lot of football this weekend, so
we're gonna be talking.
You might see our shining faces Thursday night. Shits for shits and giggles. We'll see. All right. We love you guys. As always, peace. Inhale. We out.